Hi, I'm Andrew Smith, Associate Director of Virginia Farm Bureau's Governmental Relations Department.
And I'm Stephanie Kitchen, Assistant Director for Government Relations. Welcome to our last General Assembly Weekly Update of the year, which means it's time for our annual Smiley Face Scorecard. As a reminder of what the faces mean, if we hold up this face, it means that Farm Bureau policy prevailed. If we hold up this face, it means Farm Bureau policy did not prevail. And if we hold up this face, it means that Farm Bureau remained neutral or there's still more work to be done on the issue. So I'll kick us off. The first issue we had was Sunday hunting on public lands, allowing Sunday hunting on public lands, which is against Farm Bureau policy, and the bill did fail, so that one gets a smiley face. Andrew, how about bills related to forest harvesting equipment?
Right, we worked with our partners in the forestry industry, the Virginia Loggers Association, and many of our members are loggers to allow Virginia forest harvesting equipment to be exempt by localities if they choose. It's permissive where they don't have to, but defined in the list of items that the localities can choose to exempt from personal property tax as forest harvesting equipment. And we give that a smiley face. That
Great.
passed.
And how about broadband expansion?
Broadband expansion, everybody's been talking about broadband expansion over the last few years. A lot of money's been thrown at it, which in a good way, by the state through the budget, the Tobacco Commission, in that region. But there are some hurdles that can't be overcome by money. And so there were some bills primarily pushed by the Virginia electric cooperatives who came to us and other groups before a session, say, how can we work on this? And our members decided we want to do what we can to expand broadband. So there were a couple of bills that ended up being identical at the end, and so I'm happy to say that gets a big smiley face. We hope you'll see more expansion of broadband because of that bill.
Awesome.
Stephanie, how about you? Can you tell us about WHIP 3?
Absolutely. So the WHIP-related bills were a big topic of discussion both before and during session, and you may remember from our updates there were changes to these bills, significant changes from a substitute that Senator Emmett Hanger put in, which made the bills much more flexible, much more workable. Instead of having mandates related to stream exclusion and nutrient management plans for producers, this would again establish a policy of the Commonwealth that we will meet our nutrient reduction goals related to the Chesapeake Bay by 2025, and also establish a working group to get a better matrix and guidelines on how we get there. And again, thanks to our members for a huge turnout in response to those bills. They did pass in a much more favorable form to farmers, so we give that one a smiley face as well. Andrew, next for you, how about farm use? That's a topic you're always interested in.
Yeah, farm vehicles, not only farm use, but the registered farm vehicle, the FTAG. Delegate Bobby Orr from Caroline had a number of constituents that had problems over the years, that we always felt that a farmer could travel between their home and farm and back, but to clarify, and they could, but to clarify it and put farmers' residents in those code sections to make it clear that they could travel to their farm. He clarified it in the bill, and so I'm happy to say that gets a smiley face, and those bills, that bill passed. Stephanie, how about you? Dairy producer margin coverage premium assistance.
Yeah, so we tried this year to get some assistance for our dairy producers since the industry is struggling greatly, and this bill would have established a program to reimburse farmers, dairy producers, for their premium payments into the federal dairy margin coverage program. The policy itself had good responses. It went through the Senate and House Agriculture Committees very favorably. However, unfortunately, there was not money in the budget for this program at this time, so it was carried over to next year. So we have some more opportunities to look for funding for the program. So unfortunately, that one does get a brownie face this year, but we'll be back next year to try again.
Stephanie, what is milk? Establishing the definition of milk in Virginia Code.
Yes, this was one we were surprised to see this year. It did get a lot of attention, creating a definition of milk that's similar to that of the federal definition, which is currently on the books right now. That one actually went through this year, and so that one gets a smiley face as well.
Good.
Next, Andrew, what about a bill we saw last year that came out again related to health benefits?
Yeah, members may remember us using the term MIWA last year, and a bill establishing options for health benefits by agricultural organizations. The bill did pass last year, but vetoed by the governor, and I'm happy to say the bill passed this year, and so we give that a smiley face at this point. Stephanie, how about special license to hunt elk?
Yes, that's another bill that was brought back from last year, and this time we were able to work with the patrons and the other stakeholders prior to session to make sure that Farm Bureau policy was incorporated into the legislation. So we're still not crazy about elk being in Virginia. However, this legislation did take our concerns into account, so we're gonna stay neutral on this one for now. What about industrial hemp? That's been a topic again for the past few years.
Right, Ben worked a lot on a number of bills about industrial hemp. We had a number of bills last year. This year, again, bills to adapt Virginia code to federal language, law and regulations. The bills also established a work group on industrial hemp, so we're giving that a smiley face.
Very good. How about a meals tax exemption?
Yeah, we've had sales tax exemption to farmers doing sales up to $2,500 at farmers market or direct sales, and a number of members and producers in the state have some products that would be considered or applicable to the meals tax in Virginia. So Delegate Rob Bell patroned a bill that would give an exemption from the Virginia meals tax in a very similar fashion at farmers markets or direct sales up to $2,500 in sales, and that did pass, and I give that a smiley face.
Very good.
Stephanie, let's look back to you. Minimum wage increase.
Yes, there were multiple bills related to increasing the minimum wage this year. They were all conformed into one version on the House side and one version on the Senate side. Those bills are currently being heard in the conference committee, so we don't have final details on that yet. However, both versions do have an increase in the minimum wage, so unfortunately, we're going to give that one a frowny face.
Stephanie, another issue to you. How about restricting tethering of companion animals?
Yes, we see these bills year after year, and we continue to express our concerns about the effects it could have on agricultural production related to livestock and companion animals involved in agricultural activities. So again, we do continue to monitor those and remain neutral at this time.
Thanks, Stephanie. I appreciate those updates, and I hope our viewers have enjoyed our videos this year, our high production videos. Very excited that we've had time to inform our members on what's going on. The General Assembly still has more time. They're supposed to end on Saturday. It looks like they'll be going beyond that on some issues. The budget is still to be worked out as well. So stay tuned, folks, for our what we'll email you final wrap up about the issues. You'll get more details on each of these issues and also information on the budget. So thanks for watching, and hope you'll get to those final PD meetings this year.
Thank you.